East of Oklahoma City, along Old Route 66 near Luther, there is a small sandstone building that may not look like much from the road, but this place has one of the most important stories on Oklahoma's stretch of the Mother Road. This is the Threatt Filling Station. And unlike some old Route 66 stops where the stories are half legend and half mystery, and unlike some old Route 66 stops where the stories are half legend and half mystery, the history here is very real. This was not just a place to buy gas. For many black travelers during the Jim Crow era, this is a place where they could safely stop, rest, get food, get fuel, and know that they were going to be treated like real people. And when you understand that part of the story, this little building becomes a lot bigger than it looks. The Threatt Filling Station sits near Luther, Oklahoma, at Old Route 66 and Pottawatomie Road, the edge of Oklahoma County. It was built around 1915 by Allen Threatt using local sandstone from the Threatt family's own land. That alone is pretty impressive. This was not some big corporation roadside stop that came in with neon signs and a national advertisement campaign. This was a family-built, black-owned business on what became one of the most famous highways in America. The Threatt family homesteaded in the area after the land run era, farmed the land, quarried the sandstone, and built something that would serve travelers and locals for decades. The building itself has an early roadside look. It is a house-style filling station built with a bungalow or craftsman style. You can still see that it was made to feel solid, practical, and welcoming. Back when it was operating, travelers could stop here for fuel and other supplies. Later on, a grocery store was added, and then a small cafe. So this was not just a gas station. It became a gathering place, a place for locals, a place for travelers, a place where you could get something to eat, catch your breath, and maybe even feel safe for a little while before getting back on the road. And that word, safe, is really the heart of the story. Today, when a lot of people think about Route 66, they think about freedom, open roads, classic cars, roadside diners, neon signs, family vacations, getting your kicks on Route 66. But for black travelers, that freedom was not always the same. During segregation, road trips could be dangerous. Not every town was welcoming. Not every gas station would serve you. Not every restaurant would let you eat. Not every hotel, motel would let you rent a room. And in some places, you did not want to still be there after dark. That is why this place, the Threatt Filling Station, mattered so much. This station gave black travelers a place to stop along Route 66 when other places might turn them away. It was a safe haven on the highway that was often remembered for adventure, but not equally adventurous for everyone. One of the things I think is important about this place is that it tells the fuller story of Route 66. Route 66 was not just chrome, bumpers, hamburgers, milkshakes, postcards. It was also a road people used to go find work. It was a road families used to move across the country. It was a road people traveled when they were trying to build a better life. And for black families, it was a road that required planning. You had to know where you could stop. You had to know where you could get gas. And you had to know where you could eat. You had to know where you could safely spend the night. The Threatt Filling Station was one of those places. And that makes it more than a roadside attraction. It makes it a landmark of survival, service, and dignity. The Threatt family did more than operate the gas station. The property was part of a large family farm. There are stories of people being able to rest on the land, park overnight, eat barbecue, gather, and even enjoy baseball. This place was part business, part community stop, and part refuge. And you have to think about what it meant at the time. Imagine being on the long road, a trip with your family. You're tired, the kids are hungry, the car needs gas, and you're watching the sun go down. And you don't know which place up ahead will help you and which place will tell you to leave. Then you find a place like this, a place where somebody says, you can stop here. That's powerful. The Threatt Filling Station was added to the National Registry of Historic Places in 1995. That recognition matters because it helps protect and preserve places that tell a story we need to remember. In recent years, there has been a lot of work to restore and preserve the station. The National Park Service Route 66 Corridor Preservation Program has supported preservation work here, and the station has been recognized as one of the most important Black-owned Route 66 sites in the country. And as Route 66 gets ready to celebrate its 100th anniversary here in 2026, places like this are getting more attention. Not because they're flashy, not because they are big roadside attractions, but because they tell the truth. And sometimes the truth is more important than the neon. In the last video, we looked at the old Rock of Ages Conoco station between Arcadia and Luther. That place has a mystery, maybe counterfeited money, maybe a legend, maybe a story that got bigger over time. But the Threatt Filling Station is different. This story does not need a ghost story. It does not need a crime legend, and it does not need anything added to it. The real story is already strong enough. A Black family built a business along the road. They served people who needed a place to stop. They created safety in a time when safety was not guaranteed, and the building is still standing today. That is the story. As riders, I think we need to understand something about the road. We know what it feels like to need a place to stop, a place to get fuel, a place to cool off, a place to stretch your legs, a place where you are welcomed. Most of us don't think twice about pulling into a gas station or walking into a diner, but there was a time when not everybody had that luxury. That is what makes the Threatt Filling Station worth stopping for. It reminds us that the open road was not always open to everyone, but it also reminds us that there were people along the way who made it better. People like the Threatt family. So when you ride past this little sandstone building near Luther, don't just see the old gas station. See the hands that built it. See the family that kept it going. See the travelers who pulled in here hoping for a safe stop. See the history that survived in one of the stones. Route 66 is full of fun stops, big signs, old diners, strange roadside attractions, and I love all of that. But every now and then, you find a place that asks you to slow down for a different reason. Not just a place to take a picture, but to think. The Threatt Filling Station is one of those places. If you enjoy old roads, forgotten places, and real stories that live along Route 66, make sure to like and subscribe. I'm Donald, and this is just another stop from the road. Until next time, keep the rubber to the road and the shiny side up.